All right, I'm feeling a little bit under the weather, but I'm gonna go ahead and put this video this video out for y'all. So welcome back to your daily dose. I'm your host Alize, and this is the daily dose where you already know we stay doing the most. Let me try something. Oh wow, it don't even work. Okay, all right. So I wanted to talk about like when I first started to learn how to ride a bike. And listen to me, because it's gonna make sense for this whole video. So, and not just me, but you know how when we first started to ride a bike, right? The first time when I started to ride a bike, I forgot what they call them little, put it in the comments, because I forgot what they call them when we first start riding them. And then when we want to actually ride like the bike, and then we like, okay, we taking the little pedals off. I don't know what they call, I forgot. But anyway, so that's besides the point. So I remember when I first started riding a bike, right? And when I first started riding a bike, my uncle taught me. And I would get so frustrated because when I didn't get something, I would get mad. I would get upset. I wouldn't want to continue it, right? So when he first taught me, I fell off the bike. And I kept falling. And I don't know how many times I fell. You know, I was doing good and then I would fall. Or, you know, and then I was just like, oh my God, like I just can't get it. And I remember one time I got so frustrated that I stopped and I just threw the bike down. And I remember he was like, he asked me, he said, is that what you gonna do? He said, you just gonna give up? So when something in life, when you get older and life starts to, you know, throw you stones, you just gonna give up? That's it? And when he said that, you know, and I'll never forget, because that was like, you know, I didn't ride the bike probably for a few days, I want to say. And then I, you know, went next door and I said, okay, I want to do this. I don't know what came over me. I felt like it was me and Jesus in the wind. But when I tell you, I got on that bike and I was gone. Baby, I got on that bike and I was gone. And this is why I wanted to relate riding a bike. Life is just like riding a bike. When your first baby steps. And the reason, and I wanted to title this, I wanted to say, the external things must be rejected. When there are a million circumstances going on that are around you when it comes to you manifesting whatever you're manifesting, because I don't know what you're manifesting. When there are a million circumstances happening to you, a lot of us, we think to ourselves, I'm gonna just give up. A lot of us assume it's not working. You give it a week, you still don't see results. It's not working. Nothing's happening. It's not gonna work. I give up. And that's why you don't end up manifesting the things you want. Because you are the person that's giving into everything that's going on around you. You was me when I fell off that bike and I said, I ain't gonna do it no more. Shoot, my granny saw me trying to ride that bike. And baby, listen. Granny was like, you okay? And my granny used to always tell me, you gonna get it next time. Don't give up. You gonna get it next time. And she's actually the reason that I continue to do it. See, when a lot of things are happening outside of us externally, when you, and I'm gonna tell you this, to me, a lot of people might say I hear a lot of people saying you have an underlying belief that things happen to you before something good comes to you. But me, I'm about all being realistic as well. Life has obstacles. This is not gonna be cupcakes, sweet potato pie, and on peach cobbler, baby. That's not what this is. It has to rain before the sunshine can set. You are being prepared. Every day you are being prepared. Each and everything that you see, when you see something, when you're manifesting success, when you're manifesting money, and I'm gonna put it out here. I lost 2 subscribers. Ooh, I wasn't finna say it. Ooh, 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 baby, I sure did. I sure did. Did I stop posting videos? No. Am I gonna stop posting videos? No. Because this is just like riding a bike. When you're failing, or when you see something that is in the opposite, you see something that's in your way, look at it this way. That circumstance, you're thinking, oh, this circumstance has more power over me. No, it doesn't. This is your time to shine. This is your time to where you are going to choose the route of defeat, or are you going to choose the route to win? Right? And you win when you overcome those obstacles. You win when you decide not to allow the circumstances that are going on outside of you to tell you that what you're manifesting is not real. What you're creating, it cannot happen. There are going to be this is where the bridge of the bridge of incidents, or the bridge of events, take play. This is a preparation for your manifestation. Things must move, things must be adjusted, things must change in order to bring it is what you desire to you. So once again, it's just like riding a bike. You might fall a few times. You might scrape your knee. And you might just fall flat on your face like Alizé. But you get back up. When we allow things, like the external things, when we're allowing the circumstances don't matter, okay? I don't care how many circumstances are in front of you. I don't care what happened in the past. I don't care what's going on. Circumstances do not matter. To me, circumstances are a test of your faith. That's what a circumstance is. See, a lot of people tell you, and I've watched a lot of manifesting videos. I've seen a lot of manifesting coaches, and I've actually been able to compartmentalize between the different ideas that they have about circumstances and the 3D. I've heard a lot of coaches say, ignore the 3D. You don't have to ignore anything. You look at it, you accept it, but you don't, it's not even you accepting it, saying like, this is it. No, you look at your 3D and you look at it as a way of, okay, this is what's showing now, but this doesn't mean that it's not going to change. So what do I need to do? I need to go internally, okay? I need to keep working on myself, okay? I myself haven't, let me tell you something. My dad used to call me stupid, dumb, retarded, all types of shit, okay? And this isn't to bash my dad, but he used to call me all types of names, okay? He used to tell me that I wasn't going to amount to anything because I was failing in school. I was passing, but then I started to fail. My grades were going down the drain, okay? I started to fail because I wasn't taking it seriously. It took me until I got into the age of 20 to get my high school diploma. Okay? And even though through the situation that was happening and the things that were taking place out in like outside of my life, and even though my family kept asking me, when are you going to get your diploma? When are you going to graduate? When are you going to do this? When are you going to do that? People kept asking me this and that, Alizé, this and that. And I know people were talking about me. I know people was calling me a failure. I know people was saying Alizé's not going to amount to anything. But let me tell you something. When I look back at my life and I look at the things that I did, I went to college. I didn't finish, but I did get the experience. I went to Job Corps. I became a CNA. I became a nurse, okay? It wasn't for me. But at the same time, I became a nurse. I became a CNA. Okay, what else did I do? I got my first job through the county, y'all. I got my first job through the county. Nobody ever knew I was working. When I had left my dad's house, nobody believed I was working. My first job was working with kids. I was working at elementary schools. Then I became a security guard, went back. And then once I got out of, I don't know if this was before I got into Job Corps, but anyway, I became a CNA. I went to school. I studied psychology. I studied sociology. Okay. And then next thing you know, I ended up coming out to Lancaster. All these things that were taking place outside of me externally. You know what I'm saying? And in that time, I became a residential advisor. I went back to Job Corps and started working for I worked for LA Job Corps, and because I went to Long Beach Job Corps, and then I worked for LA Job Corps, and I became a residential advisor. Then now I'm a recovery counselor, and I'm working in mental health. So, and for people who are recovering from addiction. So my thing is this: when I look at my life and when I look at everything that took place, I never gave up. So that's the same thing that you should do when it comes to you manifesting. These circumstances should not allow you to give up, because circumstances are only temporary. Pain is only temporary. It does not last forever. So instead of you deciding to walk away from the bike, which is your manifestation, why don't you get back on it and you trust in the unseen? You don't know what's going to happen. You don't know if you might fall down. What if you don't fall down this time? What if you decide to get back on that bike and you decide to have faith? And that's what I did. I got back on the bike and I decided to have the faith. Because regardless, even if I scrape my knee, even if I fail, I'm still going to get back up and try again. And when I was a kid, I used to scrape myself. Girl, baby, listen, I have so many scars on my body. I have a lot of scars. A lot, okay? And I still got back up. One time I remember when my dad was outside and they was sitting on the porch. This is off topic. It was kind of, but I'm going to jump back on. And I was riding my bike, and then I had hit, it was like a little mattress outside, and I hit the mattress and I fell on it. And then they was like, Alizé, you okay? And I pretended to be dead. And my dad was like, she good. And then he was like, what the, like he was tripping out. He was like, wait, what up, Alizé, what the hell? And then my dad was like, Zay. He kept calling me. And I was like, I'm good. And I was like, but anyway, I just like playing jokes. That was me. But anyway, but this is my thing though. It was a lot. And this is my thing. I still got back on that bike, and baby, I was riding in the wind. Let me tell you, I was riding in the wind. Okay. So when it comes to your manifestation, when it comes to things that you are creating, you have opposing things, things that are the opposite of what you're manifesting, that are showing up in your 3D. Okay. You need to really get to the root of the problem. Write it out. Write down the things, how you feel about success, which is what I did because I had limiting beliefs around success and money. Write it out. Okay. And you tell yourself, and then from the opposite of those beliefs, I then want you to write your new beliefs. Write your new beliefs on what you do believe now. Do not wait until things are changed. No, everything is happening through you. That's what's happening. It's all happening through us, okay? Everybody is us pushed out. It is the truth. I'm sorry, but it is true. Life is like a mirror, okay? And let me tell you something. Just because something might seem like it's not working out, that means it is working out, because everything is shifting. Everything has already shifted in your favor. Manifestation has already been created. You are just waiting for it to come into this 3D. And like Neville said, things take time in the 3D. Things take time to happen in the 3D reality. So don't fret. Don't get upset. Don't lose hope. Don't feel defeated. Just get back up. Get back up and dust yourself off. If you cry, okay, you cried. Okay, SP didn't text you back. SP didn't tell you they wanted to hang out with you. SP blocked you and said, bitch, I don't care about you. I don't care if you, now if they said they don't care if you died, I don't know why you want to be with somebody like that. That's crazy, baby. Or if they said, you know, and if they don't know the Muffin Man, the Muffin Man. Yes, I know the Muffin Man. Who lives on Drury Lane? She's married to the Muffin Man. The Muffin Man? The Muffin Man. She's married to the Muffin Man. Sorry, I had to do it. But if they don't know the Muffin Man, you get rid of them. Yeah. But no, seriously, don't allow these circumstances to defeat you. Don't allow them to win, baby. That's what they trying to see. Look, if you give more power to the circumstances, then you're saying, I'm not a powerful creator and this isn't going to work and it's not going to happen. You're giving up on yourself. It's not even you just giving up on the manifestation. You're giving up on yourself. When I walked away from that bicycle, I gave up on myself. But when I got back up on that bicycle, I had faith in myself. So get back up and try again. Stop falling. And when you fall, you get upset and you walk away. Get back up and do it again. I don't care about, let me tell you something. What matters to me is that the fact that I'm able to still get back up, still make my videos, and still have faith within myself. Because I am a resilient woman, baby. Nothing stops me. No obstacle is greater than me. And you need to start seeing yourself as of such. And until you change how you see and view yourself, you're going to continue to go through the same things over and over again. I still believe that you have to fail before you succeed. And when I say fail, to me, this is, let me tell you something. When I was, I manifested getting into college. I manifested getting into college because when I was in Job Corps, I was behind in my trade. And for all my OGs who know about Job Corps, you already know. I was behind in my trade. I was at 14%. 14%? I think I was like 47%. I was behind. And then I had to take a TABE test for math because math is not my best subject. Okay? It's not. And I used to hate math when I was growing up. But I noticed something. When I put my mind to something, it works. Because I'm not dumb. I'm not stupid. I'm not an idiot. Okay? I am intelligent and I am smart. So when I put my best foot forward, I'm going to get good results. Okay? So what I did was I talked to my TABE teacher and I told him, I'm going to be honest with you. And I don't care for nobody who talks shit about me. I didn't know how to count money at one point. I didn't know how to count change. I didn't. I did not. No. I did not. No. I didn't even know how to tell the time on the clock. I still don't tell the time on the clock. Baby, I don't even watch the time. I'm going to just be real. But it was certain things that I didn't know, and I told him, and I said, look, and I'll never forget him, Mr. Presaurus. If he ever watches this video, just know I love you. Shout out to you, really. Because without you, I don't even know how I would have even been able to even pass the TABE test. Baby, I went into my dorm. I started to sit at the front of the class. I started to write stuff down. I was paying attention. I was in my zone. I shut everything out. Every negative thought, every person. I didn't care about nothing else except because my goal was to get into the college program. That was my goal, and I succeeded. I had somebody tell me, how you gonna do it, Alizé? You at 47% in your trade and you still haven't passed the TABE test. And I looked at that person and said, don't ever underestimate me. No, yeah, I did say that. Because when I make something happen, I make it happen. I said something along those lines. Baby, I proved that woman wrong. Baby, I passed my TABE test. I did. Cause I was staying after class studying with Mr. Soros every day. I took the time, I took the initiative, I was putting in the work. So it's the same thing when you're manifesting. Put in the work internally. Okay? Everything that you want, God has already created it for you. The universe has already given it to you. But they want to see, but it's up to you. Do you feel that you're worthy enough to have this? Okay, yeah, there might be a test. This may be your test. The circumstances may be a test. Are you going to allow the circumstances to tell you that what you're manifesting can't happen? Are you going to allow the circumstances to be bigger than you? Or are you going to say they don't matter? This is just this. I don't care. I'm going to still keep working on it. Whether I'm affirming, okay? If you're doing content creating like me, are you going to stop putting out videos? Okay? No. We don't do that. We don't give up on this channel. We keep going. We keep moving. That's what this is about. I would start and stop each and every time. And one thing I learned is you have to be consistent, but you also have to be persistent. Because when things are showing up for you that you don't like, that doesn't mean to give up. That doesn't mean to throw in the towel. That doesn't mean to walk away. You get your ass back up and you tell it. And you, even if you gotta look yourself in the mirror and say, no, I deserve this. I deserve to have the life that I desire. I deserve to have the things that I want. I deserve to have the love that I want to experience. I deserve this, and I'm giving this to myself. So get back up and try again. Get your ass on that bike, and I wanna see you ride in the wind, baby. Don't allow what's outside of you don't allow what's going on outside of you. If it's something that's the opposite that's happening, be happy for that, because that means that things are changing. That means that things have shifted. That means that you just have to keep continuing to do what you do. Put in the work. You are the operant power. You are the creator. You were designed to have the life that you desire. Peace.